Hello everyone, welcome to today's workout. Today we're going to go through a full body core routine, focusing on the 4 foundations of your core. Those 4 foundations consist of anti-flexion, so the ability to hold your spine in place, think plank. Flexion and rotation, so think sit-ups and bicycle kicks. Your core also does an anti-rotation, right? So the ability to not twist your body and hold that in place. And the last foundation of your core is what we call dynamic stability. So the ability to get into a range of motion you weren't aware you were going to be in, but then stabilize it and pretty much come out without an injury. So think of like slipping off the sidewalk, catching your balance, and not falling all the way to the ground. We're going to begin this warm-up standing up today, loosening up the neck. When we do our plank exercises, a lot of people feel a lot of tension up there. So we're going to release that to start. Put your hands down by your side and lock your shoulders back and down. So pretend you're holding very heavy weights, squeezing your arms, pushing your fists to the ground. From here, we're going to bring the right ear to the right shoulder, pushing that left arm down. You should feel that nice stretch on the left side of your neck. And then we're going to go into our neck nod, where we lean the neck slightly forward, almost like we're looking down. And then go ahead and look up and back. We're going to do that 10 times. Nice and tall as we go back. Feel that stretch climb up the side of the neck. Inhale as you look down again. And big exhale up. All the while really pushing those fists to the ground, keeping the arms in the upper back nice and tight. And just feeling the side of your neck go through this little dynamic stretch. So we inhale as we look down, tucking the chin to the chest. Big exhale as we look up. Kind of push your head slightly backwards and then tilt your chin up to the sky. Still leaning the right ear over to the right shoulder. Really stretch out the longest muscle in your neck there. Let's do 2 more. Big exhale up. Down. And 1 more on this side. Inhale down. Big exhale up. All right, moving to the other side. So now bring your left ear to your left shoulder. Drop your right arm down. Keep pushing both arms down. Take an inhale as you slowly look toward the ground. Feel that stretch climb into the back of the trap. And then as you slowly exhale, look up. And you're going to feel that climb to the front of the neck. Again, going back and forth for about 10 reps. Don't overdo this dynamic stretch here. Whenever we're warming up, we're not truly trying to lengthen the muscle at that moment. We're just trying to get some blood in the area and usually try to activate or release those overactive muscles. In this case, we're just trying to release those overactive muscles. About 5 more here. Inhaling up, big exhale down. Take your time. Keeping that left ear to that left shoulder. I'm just going to get 1 more. All right. Right from here, we're going to go into our dynamic hamstring stretch, into our toe touch. So just tuck your chin down to your chest and start to fold each vertebrae down to the ground. Go ahead and put a slight bend in your knees as you reach down as low as you can. All right. If you can get all the way to the ground, that's okay. If you can't, just hold a little higher. From here, bend your knees a little more, sitting into your heels. And then push your hips up as high as you can, pushing your knees backwards, feeling that hamstring stretch. We're going to do that for 10 reps. So we drop those hips into those heels, release the stretch, and then push the knees backwards, push your hips up high, release your neck, and feel that hamstring stretch. Again, 10 reps. We're going to inhale as we drop those hips, and exhale as you push them right back up to the sky. Inhale down, and exhale right back up. Take your time. Again, don't overdo the stretch, so don't find any new ranges of motion here. Just gather up as much of a range of motion as you can when you're fully warm. Let's get about 4 more here. Inhaling again as we go down into those heels. Exhale as you push your knees back, push your hips up, down, right back up. We'll get 2 more. And last one. All right. Right from that, we're gonna step into our Spider-Man lunge with thoracic rotation. So we're gonna step out with our left leg nice and long. Put your hands down to the inside of that left leg. Keep your right leg locked, nice and straight. From here, we're gonna lift the left arm up to the sky as we exhale, rotating through the mid-back. And then I want you to inhale as we come down. And today we're gonna drive that left elbow down to the ground as we exhale again. So you're trying to get that left elbow kind of parallel to the ground. We're gonna inhale and exhale back up. And then inhale and exhale to come back down. Again, trying to get your forearm pretty much flat on the ground there. When we go back up one more time, inhale, exhale up. And then inhale, exhale to drive down. All right, we're gonna go ahead and hit that other side. So we're gonna bring that right leg out. All right, take your right arm up to the sky, inhaling as you move, exhaling when you get to the top. And then inhale as we move back, trying to get that elbow flat on the ground as you exhale. I'm just gonna change this angle for you. Otherwise, you should continue through. All right, so we inhale, exhale up. And then inhale as we exhale back down, trying to get that forearm down flat on the ground. One more time, inhale up. And exhale as you come right back down. All right, go ahead, stand up from that. Now we're gonna go through some thoracic rotations just standing. We're gonna utilize our breathing to increase our range of motion, just like we do later in this workout for our core exercises. So go ahead and watch me here. You're gonna take your fists, tuck them right underneath your chest, upper back nice and tall. You're gonna take a long inhale, and then you're gonna slowly twist as you exhale your upper back to the left. Keeping your hips squared forward so the glutes are tight. We're gonna take another inhale and continue twisting to the left. We're gonna do that 5 times or 5 breaths. So we inhale again and try to twist just a little bit further to the left. Inhale again and a little further to the left. Let's get 2 more. Inhale again, legs are tight, and exhale, twist. Inhale, big exhale, twist. And let's do 1 more. You should be getting more range of motion with each of these. All right, back to center. Now we're gonna go to the right. So again, the upper back is nice and tall, fists are tight. Take that long inhale through your nose. Big exhale to the right, locking those legs. Right from that position, inhale again, and exhale again to the right. Each breath, twisting just a little further. Here's 3. Let's get 2 more. Keep those hips nice and squared forward. All right. Now we're gonna get down on the ground and start our core workout. Again, we're moving through the 4 foundations of your core. We start with that anti-flexion exercise. So in this case, it's our dead bug. You're gonna lay right on your back side, have your knees flexed above your hips, arms are straight above your shoulders. From here, we're gonna drop the opposite arm and leg to the ground, and then come back to center and switch. Let's kind of begin together. We're gonna run through for about 40 seconds. So my right thumb and my left heel will touch the ground. I'm gonna push my lower back to the ground, making sure there's no arch. And then we come back to center and we switch. Keep the toe flexed toward the face as the leg extends, and keep pushing that lower back to the ground, making sure those abdominals are nice and engaged. Big inhale as you come back to center, exhale as you extend that opposite arm and leg out. Now this can be difficult for some people, right? You might find that the coordination itself is difficult. That's okay, take your time. But what that does show is that you have a mild disconnect between your brain and your core's ability to work through a contralateral movement. In this case, it's our dead bug, but in nature, it might be walking or running or just walking upstairs. You got about 15 more seconds left as we continue through. Keep that arm and leg nice and tight as it extends out, pushing the lower back to the ground, coming back to center, and then we switch. Just Start to just even your body out. So 1 to 2 more reps. And then come right back to center. So after that anti-flexion exercise, we're going to go right through our first flexion exercise. And this is where I really want you to use breathing to increase range of motion. For this, we're going to use our split leg sit-up. Go ahead and straighten your left leg down nice and straight. Your right leg is bent underneath and your feet are wider than hip width. Press both of your heels down to the ground. Put your hands above your chest or behind your head, whatever is more comfortable. Take as long as an inhale as you can, and then exhale. All the way up as high as you can without using momentum, so don't throw the body. Full inhale as we go down, and big exhale up. Keeping that left leg flat on the ground. Don't let that left heel pop up. Running through for 10 reps each side. I'm on number 3, but take your time. Long inhale at the bottom. Big exhale up. Always inhaling through your nose. And big exhale through your mouth. Really focus on maximum tension. So really over squeezing your abdominals as you come up, keeping them tight on the way down. Don't just let them release and fall to the ground. Make sure you're utilizing that eccentric motion to gain strength as well. So the way down, you want to control it. I'm going to get 2 more little bonus reps. And we'll switch right to that other side. So now I'm tucking that left leg in, right leg out straight. Push both of those heels down to the ground. Long inhale through the nose. And big exhale up through your mouth. Try to get as high as you can. If your range of motion is short at first, don't worry about it. It might have more to do with your anatomy, meaning your torso to your leg length ratio. It could also just have to do with your abdominal strength at this moment. But if you're doing this exercise, you're doing this routine, you're definitely going to get better at it over time. You may think you have a really weak core, in which case we're working on all 4 foundations of that today. You may think you have a really strong core, in which case we're really going to test that out today. You have 4 more reps here. Inhaling down, big exhale up, and last 2. All right. Let that shake out just a little bit for about 15 seconds. From that, we're going to go into our first anti-rotation exercise. So we're going to flip onto the front side of the body. We're going to move into our shoulder taps. So we're going to put the feet just wider than the hips. Arms are narrow, hands are almost touching each other. Without the hips turning and rotating, we're going to lift one arm up, touch the opposite shoulder, and switch. Now, a lot of people think they do this well, but they actually do it wrong. They end up with the hips up and back and just kind of turning back and forth. Make sure you don't go into that position. So we're going to lock those hips down and forward into a pelvic tuck. Squeeze your legs in your glutes. Belly button up and in, and begin. 40 seconds. Stay as tight as you can throughout the movement. So we're palming the ground, squeezing the hand into the ground. Arms are tight. Belly button's up and in, core is nice and tight. Really feel this coming through your abdominals. Again, don't let those hips pop up, but also don't let them sink too low to where you have a big arch in your lower back. Here we go, 20 more seconds. Again, keeping your core as tight as you can throughout the move. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and from there we're going to go ahead and stand right up. Be careful coming up, watch out for your blood pressure. Sometimes we get dizzy coming up off the ground. Now we're going to get into the 4th foundation of our core, which is our dynamic stability. So in this case, you're going to need a surface to stand on. For me, I've got a thick book here. You could use a stepper, the edge of the stairs, anything that you can get the heels up off the ground. We're going to start with both feet right on the edge, where only the toes and forefoot are on the book. So your heels and the back half of the arch are completely off the book. I'm just gonna turn to the side here, give you a different angle. All right? So again, the toes, most of the forefoot is on the book, but the middle of the arch all the way to your heels are gonna remain off the book. From here, you're gonna lift your heels off the ground, and you're just gonna try to hold for 1 minute. So for some of you, this is gonna be really easy. For some of you, this is gonna get really difficult. We're gonna progress this movement as we go through the workout. Just see how you fare here for this 1 minute of balance. So we're about 10 seconds in. Again, the heels are up off of the ground. Just the front of the foot or feet are on the book or surface that you're standing on. You're gonna feel your ankles kind of reacting as your body pivots each way. As you move your gaze, you're gonna notice that your balance starts to shift as well. Go ahead and let those stabilizers kick in. The only thing you really need to do is stand up nice and tall and continue to breathe as you kind of press your feet into the book slightly. We're gonna go through for about 15 more seconds. Again, just kind of holding that in place. Heels up off the ground. Here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, go ahead, shake that out. You put that to the side. We'll progress to a harder version of that coming through this next circuit. So we're gonna go ahead right down on the ground into our max effort plank. Now, the max effort plank, you really want to drive as much abdominal activation as you can. Let me show you how. So you're going to put your fists tight on the ground, feet are about hip width. From here, tuck your pelvis, pull your belly button in slightly. Start to push your fists away from the ground, and then pull those fists down toward your toes. So pretending to drive the elbows down. Go ahead and begin this with me. We're going to hold for 20 seconds. As you breathe, I want you to increase intensity, just like we did in our warm-up. So take a long inhale through your nose, exhale, drive your arms down harder toward your toes. Really feel that flexion. Let your body begin to shake as you're squeezing as hard as you can. Holding here for 10 more seconds. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and bring it down. We're gonna take about 10 seconds off, and then we're gonna run right back into that. Now, if you're finding that very easy, you're not squeezing hard enough. The muscles that are in your abdominals, those are our quick twitch muscle fibers. You want to turn them on as hard as you can, and when you do, they're only going to last about 10 to 20 seconds. Ready? And let's begin again. So we tuck the pelvis, pull your belly button in, and then drive those fists down toward your toes, almost like you're sliding your arms or your mat down toward your feet. Now, as we go through this, to tuck your pelvis, pretend like you're tucking your tail between your legs. Then squeeze your glutes and your quads as tight as you can. Keep driving those arms down. Literally try to pull the floor to your feet. Here we go. 7 seconds. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and rest. Big deep breath. Just let the core shake out for another exercise. In this case, we're going to hit the posterior part of your core. So this is your back side of your body. All right, so we stay on the front side. We're going to extend the arms out into a wide position. Legs are wide as well. From here, we're going into our Superman. So we're going to lift the upper back, the arms, the knees, the legs up. We're going to hold for 20 seconds, and then coming back down for 10. We're going to do that for 2 sets. Ready? Arms out and wide. Feet are wide. Toes are pointed away. Chin is tucked. Go ahead, lift off the ground as high as you can. Get your body fully into extension here. Big deep breaths. Holding for 20 full seconds. We're going to go through for about 10 more. Keep lifting the chest, lift your shoulders up, lift those thumbs to the sky, lift your knees up. 5, 4, 3, 2, down. We're going to go right back up after a little 10-second break. Couple big deep breaths, just kind of shake that out. All right, let's see how far up we can pull into extension. So again, tuck your chin, arms out and wide, thumbs facing up, toes pointed away, and go ahead, up, and hold this Superman. Have some fun, gotta pretend like you're flying a little bit. Just keep that chin tucked, keep those elbows nice and straight. Keep fighting, bringing those heels and the back of the knees up to the sky. So you get maximum squeeze in your glutes. Here we go. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and we're gonna bring that down. Awesome. Again, just go ahead and kind of let that shake out. We're gonna flip onto the back side for our anti-rotation exercise. So just like the shoulder taps that we did in the previous circuit, in this one, we're gonna try to make sure the hips stay parallel to the ground so they don't twist at all. This is our contralateral toe touch. Go ahead and watch me get into position. So I'm gonna take my hands, I'm gonna stack them right underneath my shoulders. From here, I'm gonna roll my shoulders back so my chest is nice and proud. Feet are flat on the ground, and then we're gonna pull the hips up and hold. Once you've got this position, you're confident with it, we're gonna bring the left arm to the right toe, holding for just a second, and then switching slowly. Now, as you bring the opposite arm and leg up together, you're gonna notice the leg that extends, that hip wants to drop. Don't let that happen. That's your anti-rotational muscles kicking in. They're very important as they protect the spine. Go ahead and jump into this with me. We're gonna alternate back and forth for 40 seconds. Keep those arms nice and straight. Hands are pointed out to the side and slightly behind you. And as you bring that leg up, make sure that hip stays high. Core nice and tight. Again, big deep breaths as we go through. Trying not to let those hips drop as we extend that leg out. You got about 10 more seconds. If you're finding this too difficult, you can simply just extend the leg and hold that hip to center. Otherwise, here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, now we're gonna go standing again. Take your book or your surface that you were standing on before, and we're gonna try a 1-minute hold on each leg. So this time we've just got one foot on. Again, the forefoot is on the book. The middle of the arch all the way to the heel is off of the book, with the heel off the ground. We're gonna hold this for a minute. Let's get ready, set, and begin. So there's no real big secret here. You do wanna keep your eyes on something that's not moving. That usually helps with balance. Otherwise, you are gonna move just a little bit. You're gonna waver, that's okay. Just keep trying to catch your balance. See if you can hold for a full minute. Big deep breaths. You're gonna see me shaking through. And again, as you're doing the same, that's okay. That's your dynamic stability kicking in. It's not always gonna hold perfect, especially as your eyes move around. About 30 more seconds here. So again, keeping the heel up off the ground, just breathing through. Try to keep your arms and leg at center, but they're gonna move. They're gonna move around, and that's okay. Just find your stability. 10 more seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, and shake that out. All right, you're gonna feel that a lot as well, kind of in the bottom of the foot, up the calf. This is a great exercise to strengthen the fascia underneath the foot, the tendons and the Achilles tendon as well. All right, let's go right onto that other foot. Again, the heel is off, the forefoot is on the book, and we're just gonna hold for 1 minute. Again, trying to find something not moving in front of you is kind of your best way to keep your eyes from messing with your balance. Almost every time I look over at the clock or the camera there, I start to lose it. Nice little challenge though. And if this is feeling really easy for you and you really want to make this a little more challenging, go ahead and shut your eyes. See if you can hold this position for that full minute with your eyes shut. So just breathing through, letting that stability in your body kick in. You know, if you're really bad at this, you're finding you can't hold for more than 3 to 5 seconds, this is definitely something you want to work on. This is probably what's causing some knee pain, hip pain, and back pain, the inability of your muscles to properly stabilize given random movements. 5, 4, 3, 2, and go ahead and bring that down. Just go ahead and shake that out. All right, we're gonna get into our third circuit here today, beginning on the ground again with our anti-flexion exercise. So we're gonna try to hold a position and just keep it there. In this case, the anti-flexion is really an isometric hold, all right? So we're gonna bring ourselves into our V-up hold by putting the arms over your head in a wide position. Go ahead and do a sit-up, and then extend your legs out. We're gonna hold for 20 seconds, then we're gonna take a 10-second break. Go ahead and begin with me. So we've got the arms up in that wide position, core tight, legs are extended out, pointing your toes away, squeezing your quads, squeezing as tight as you can. Trying to complete this isometric hold for a full 20 seconds, you've got 10 left. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and go ahead and bring that down. 10 seconds off, we're gonna hit that one more time. So a couple big deep breaths at center. 5, 4, arms overhead and wide, do a sit-up, extend your legs out, squeeze those abs and hold. 20 seconds on. Squeeze your core as tight as you can, squeeze your heels together to get your adductors turned on, your inner thighs. Squeeze those quads nice and tight, chest up high. 10 seconds. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and go ahead and bring that down. All right, you feel a nice little burn there. From this, we're gonna go into our contralateral sit-up. So nice and simple, you're gonna lay back on the ground, bring your right ankle onto your left knee, bring your left hand behind your head. From here, lift your right arm up off the ground, palm facing up. You're gonna inhale when you're on the ground, exhale as you come up, touching the left elbow to the right knee, and then inhaling back down. Let's go for 10 to 15 reps each side. So long inhale down, big exhale up as you twist. Now again, that V-up hold was just that isometric tension, just holding in place without moving. Here we have your flexion and a little bit of rotation. So that second part of the foundation in your 4 foundations of your core. Try not to use momentum through this movement. So really squeezing your abs as hard as you can to lift your chest up, bringing that opposite elbow to knee, and then coming back down with control. I'm gonna go ahead for about 6 more here. You're aiming for 10 to 15 reps. Take your time, go at your own pace. You should really feel this coming up the left side of your obliques. 3 more here. Inhale down, big exhale up. And last 2. All right, we're gonna jump right to that other side. So we're gonna bring the left ankle onto that right knee. Right hand is gonna go behind your head. We're gonna lift the left arm up so the palm faces the ceiling or the sky. Take a long inhale through your nose, big exhale. Bring that right elbow to that left knee, and then down with control. Again, going for about 10 to 15 reps. So again, that first part of the foundation of your core is that anti-flexion or that isometric hold. So again, those planks or that V-up hold. The second part is what we're doing here, flexion. Right, so moving, we have a slight rotation on this one as we go in and out of these contralateral sit-ups. Let's get about 5 more on this side, but take your time, get your 10 to 15 at your own pace. We're keeping that left arm off the ground, or that opposite arm off the ground, just so we don't cheat and push. You want to really work through your core here. I'm just going to hit one more. All right, so from here, moving into that third part of the 4 foundations of your core. This one is the anti-rotation again. So we're trying to keep those hips nice and level as we go through what's called our NFL plank. So for the NFL plank, put your arms a little narrower than your normal plank and your feet slightly wider. From here, we're going to lift one arm up alongside the body. We're going to hold for 20 seconds, and then we're going to switch. All right? Ready? Plank position. Bring one up, arm up alongside the body, and hold. 20-second hold. Don't let those hips rotate. Lock them into place. Squeezing those legs. Squeezing your glutes. Big, deep breaths. 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. Now without a rest, let's see if we can switch. So both arms down, other arm up alongside the body and hold. Ten more seconds. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and bring that down. All right, coming right back up for that 4th foundation of your core, your dynamic stability. In this case, we're going to go into our lateral hop or lateral step if you want to use a modification. So the easier version is that lateral step. We're going to stand on one foot and then we're simply going to switch. The lateral hop, the harder version, I want you to jump from one side to the other, jump again, and then switch. So we jump straight up, switch. Jump straight up, switch. What that secondary hop is going to do is force you to create an action that you want after a random movement. So as you jump to the side, you might notice, whoop, you take a couple hops that you don't want. What I want you to focus on is taking a secondary hop that you control. To really get your brain connected to those stabilizers in your dynamic stability. Let's begin together. So we're going to bring left leg up. We're on that right leg. We're going to jump over, jump straight up, and then switch. Be really careful here. Go at your own pace, but have some fun. "40 seconds total. You got about 20 seconds left. So we're jumping to the side, jump straight up, and then switch. Or you're just stepping through as that modification. 5, 4, 3, 2, last one. All right, big deep breaths. Go ahead and shake that out. We're gonna get right into our core finisher here. So we're gonna go right on your backside. For your core finisher, we're gonna bring together all 4 foundations of the core as one move. So we're gonna start with anti-flexion. In this case, it's our V-up hold. Then we're gonna move into flexion, going right to V-ups. Then we're gonna move through anti-rotation, going through a V-up rock, and then we're gonna go through the dynamic stability, where we stand back up, we hop around a little bit again. So let's go ahead and hit it together. Laying on your backside, we're gonna go right into the V-up hold, holding for 10 seconds. Ready? Arms up, chest up, legs out. So hold this for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Now from here, we're gonna go right into V-ups, bringing your hands to your shins and then coming down with control. Go for 10 reps. Up, exhale, inhale down. Continue through for 10 reps. If this is too difficult for you, just keep your knees up. Go for a standard sit-up. Big deep breaths, but keep that tension on your core. Here we go, I'm gonna hit 5 more. Inhaling as I go down, exhaling, bringing the chest up high. Now we're gonna continue to hold this V-up position, and then just rock side to side. So you're still in that V-up hold. We're just rocking side to side. You're gonna feel those obliques fire away. Going for about 10 to 20 seconds. We're about 10 seconds in. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and come on up. Going right into our dynamic stability. We're gonna do a 1, 2, 3 step as we move laterally. So we go right knee up, we go 1, 2, 3, onto the right leg, jump, and then 1, 2, 3, jump. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, jump. 1, 2, 3, jump. 1, 2, 3. Here we go. 30 seconds left. Let's move. Last thing we're doing today. Have some fun. Big deep breaths. 20 seconds. Ten seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, last one. Woo! Go ahead and shake that out. Great job today on your 4 foundations of core strength. Let's unwind this with a cool down. So you can come right to the edge of your mat. From here, we're gonna walk out into our hand plank. Drop your hips, drop your knees. Pull your shoulders back into cobra. So big deep breath. As you exhale the chin up, pull those shoulders back. Lift your chest to the sky. And feel that stretch. Climb right up your abdominals. Right from there, we're gonna go ahead and push back into child's pose. So we're gonna keep those knees wide, keep the toes pointed away, arms stay straight as you sink the hips between or on top of your feet. Pushing those hips back, keeping those elbows nice and straight, arms in a wide position. As you pull your shoulders together and push your hips back, keeping the wrist on the ground, you should feel a nice stretch. Climb right underneath your armpit into your lat. We're gonna increase that lat stretch by turning the right arm up to the sky so that the back of the hand is flat on the ground or as best as you can get it. From here, keeping the right elbow straight, push your right armpit down to the ground and look to your left. You should feel a nice stretch climbing underneath the right armpit. One more deep breath, let that really sink in. Go ahead and flatten the right hand, and now we're gonna turn the left palm up to the sky. Keeping that left elbow straight. Just breathing here as you push your hips back, letting that stretch climb up the left armpit as you drop your left side down and kind of turn off to the right side of your body. Take about 2 to 3 long, deep breaths as you sink into that stretch. From here, we're gonna come right into our half kneeling hip flexor stretch. So I've got my right knee down, I'm gonna tuck the right toe, tuck the pelvis on the right side, squeezing the right glute. We're gonna lift the right arm up, turn to your left about 30 degrees, and then take a big arch up and over. Keeping that glute nice and tight to create that reciprocal inhibition, which allows that psoas, the quad, and the other hip flexors to get a nice stretch. Keep using your exhale to deepen that range of motion. 2 more breaths. And let's go ahead to other side. So we got left knee down, right foot out, tuck the left toe, tuck that pelvis on the left side, bring the left arm up, turn about 30 degrees to your right, and then arch off. Again, using that breathing to deepen your range of motion, keeping that left glute nice and tight. Feeling the stretch climb up the quads in your psoas. 2 more big deep breaths. And last one. All right, I hope you enjoyed today's workout, learning the 4 foundations of your core. If you need more exercise, you know where to go. My Facebook page, Coach Jeff, or my YouTube channel, Metamorphic Methods. Have a great day.